Hey, welcome to Food News and Chews. And Jeremy, this is Father's Day night.
That's right.
This is being aired, and we have the ultimate father.
We have Father Jim from Richmond, St. Mark's. He's a great guy. I love to talk. He's got a new program where he's doing some things with children. So I thought it'd be a nice idea to do some popsicles with kids. My kid has been actually, bugging us. It's summertime. She wants the sugary popsicles and candy. So we're going to do something with little agave syrup and pineapple juice and vanilla beans. It's very healthy, very good for kids too.
Yeah, and Food News is going to be our part 2 on sourcing of food.
Sourcing of food.
Today's shoppers are informed. When shopping for the family meal, today's shopper chooses Critchfield meats for fresh, all-natural quality meats guaranteed. Make the right choice and visit our family before you feed yours. Critchfield Meats, the meat specialist, family owned and operated since 1969. That's a grade A choice, folks.
From concessions to festivals, bingo halls to daycare facilities, Seaworth Superstore is Kentucky's largest dealer for all your weekend kitchen or mobile kitchen supply needs. From popcorn to snow cone machines, we have the largest selection of new and used equipment with warranties to help keep your mobile food truck or weekend event going strong. That's Seaworth Superstore for Sales Road, Lexington. That's Seaworth Superstore, putting the Kentucky workforce back to work.
Why do chefs choose Lyons Farm beef?
It's consistent, it's delicious, it's got great tenderness, and it's really good for you. This nutritional element of making healthy animals for healthy eating is a big component about why their beef is so delicious. I feel so lucky to be a chef in Kentucky because the best way to express care for someone is to make them something to eat, and I get to do that every single day.
Lyons Farm beef, available at Critchfield Meats and lyonsfarm.com.
Welcome back to Food News and Chews. And Jeremy, we're going to do our food news today on part 2. Last week was about
we talked about some technology in agriculture, GMOs and pesticides, fertilizers,
marches across America on Monsanto.
Is it bad? Is it good? Do we know? Are we finding out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Part 2. Oh, but before we begin, I'm gonna quiz you.
Oh, okay.
Well, number 2, the 2 stories of lawsuits, the major lawsuits against restaurants in the last, say, decade.
Well, I think the major 2 lawsuits, I don't know. The one that's on my radar right now is the one in Noma, which is the best restaurant in the world about food poisoning, but that wasn't a lawsuit.
Yeah.
So.
Well, try the hot coffee one, remember?
Oh, yeah, McDonald's and the hot coffee, right?
Yeah, and the other one was the manager at McDonald's who said they made him fat. Anyway, talking about all of that, we're trying to make sure people get healthy and answer their questions. So, here are the issues we've got going on here, and this is called the Great China Caper. They stole Smithfields, according to Congress.
They are trying to buy
Smithfields.
Well, it's one of the largest pork producers in America, and that has pretty serious implications. Is it good? Is it bad? There's a couple sides to this.
And America losing its preeminence, that's one of the issues with Congress. Our issue is what?
Well, I think maybe one of the biggest things we should talk about is, are we losing control of our food supply?
Yeah. And China's not known for food safety.
Right. Well, we have to comply to American standards. And there's there's a flip side to this, in my opinion, Sylvia, too, because if you think about it, we're talking about a world market now. And,
that's right. And we don't want to cut that
China
off.
is going to buy pork from somewhere, right? And I think 40% of our pork in America last year was outsourced to other countries.
Yeah. And here's
so
another
do we
issue.
start a trade war if we don't sell to them? Are they just going to buy somewhere else?
And the other issue with all of that is, and the feeding of 9 billion people in your family, the mislabeling and non-labeling issue is at stake here too, because they say that if you buy tilapia in a major grocery store, guess where it probably came from, but you didn't
Probably
know.
farm raised from Thailand, China or anywhere.
Places.
We're going to get food from other places. And like I said, this is this could start a trade embargo too if we don't sell to China. Think about this, because Brazil has almost as much grain production as the United States now, which grain is what it takes to, produce pork and produce beef also. So do we say, okay, we don't want to have American jobs, we don't want to produce American pork because we don't want to sell this company to China, or do we just let it go to Brazil and we get no share of the game?
Here's another issue, and our viewers will be very interested in this. Most people are looking for cost effectiveness. We as Americans like cheap stuff.
Sure.
Well, because of that, other than taking in the transportation costs from China, which I don't know that anybody's evaluated, and some companies are starting to, but here you got a big issue with cost. And people want pure food and they want local food, but are they willing to pay for it?
Well,
and that brings us to another issue. The sourcing of your food and how important it is that you know where it came from.
Well, yeah, and back to Smithfield, is it important to have Smithfield still here in America and still producing in America to America standards, even owned by a Chinese corporation, or do we just start buying pork from another country where we don't know our farmer, so to speak?
Yeah.
And that's kind of the issue,
and that's
too.
the problem. I mean, you could get the horse gate thing. Now
yeah, horse meat, yeah, and pig gate, and what we're talking about is basically, we've found trace elements of horse in certain meat products, and that's typically in other countries.
Yeah.
But the fact is, it's not exactly what's on the label, and we're finding more and more.
So I think, in summary, I think we're talking about labeling as a major issue. People at least have, one, a right, and two, a responsibility. I think a growing responsibility to know what's in their food. And
importantly, and we're here to spark your curiosity about what's in your food. We want you guys to know. We want you to be able to be informed.
Yeah, and clearing up all of that stuff. So I think it'll be interesting to see how Congress plays this out, because again, their issue is more about America's preeminence and all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it seems more. I don't know exactly what they want to stop or how to stop it.
And we need to be the guard against it. We can march.
Wouldn't it be good for America to actually export more goods?
That's right. See, that's the countervailing issue.
Yeah.
And I think that we can get all confused with marches and all that kind of stuff, but let's really try to bring some educational
keep our eye on
resources.
this one, because this is going to be an interesting takeover.
This is going to grow from a lot of different ways, and this whole local versus the whole craft beer thing that I blogged about on foodnewsandchews.com is talking about that whole craft beer thing. Is it local when you just buy all the stuff and you bottle it and you sell it as craft and you sell it at a high price? We really got to deal with all those issues, but we'll do that. But we're going to come back with Father Jim and make popsicles.
Yes, we'll talk about fun things.
And talk to him. Yeah, we'll be right back with Food News and Chews.
Hello, my name is Bob. Recently, I switched my business phone service to Glow Telecom. Now I'm saving over 50% on my monthly phone bills, over $2,000 a year. And I have a PBX phone system that would have cost me over $10,000. Unlimited calling to the US and Canada with no long distance charges. If you want to put money back in your wallet, call Glow Telecom today.
Call Glow Telecom at 888-428-0984. 888-428-0984.
Worldly influenced, locally inspired. Azure Restaurant and Patio, contemporary fine dining in a relaxed atmosphere right here in Lexington. Modern award-winning dishes with a distinctive Kentucky twist from the mind of nationally recognized Chef Jeremy Ashby. Voted best fine dining in Lexington. Azure is chef-created, chef-driven, and Kentucky proud since day one. Taste something unique at Azure Restaurant and Patio, Beaumont Center in Lexington. And see Chef Jeremy Ashby and Sylvia Lovely on the Food News and Chews, Sunday night at 11 on Fox 56.
Today's shoppers are informed. When shopping for the family meal, today's shopper chooses Critchfield meats for fresh, all-natural quality meats, guaranteed. Make the right choice and visit our family before you feed yours. Critchfield Meats, the meat specialist, family owned and operated since 1969. That's a grade A choice, folks.
Advertise your product or service on shows like this one. Contact Media 7 Broadcasting today. Call 859-317-4565 or email sales@m7bg.com. Reach potential new customers in the Louisville, Lexington, and other Central Kentucky areas. Get your new ad produced for free by Media 7's audio and video professionals. Call 859-317-4565 today and let Media 7 create a marketing plan for you.
welcome to Food News and Shoes. Are we going to have a big time today?
We
Now,
always
I got to
do.
tell you.
Hello.
Hey, Guy.
Good
Father
to see you
Jim
all.
on
Father Jim
Father's
Sichko.
Day.
Yes.
I love that.
It's yes.
How appropriate we have a father for Father's Day. That's
Hey,
great.
I was in the eye doctor's office today, and I said I'm going to be interviewing Father Jim, and perhaps he can explain all of it to us
Oh well,
Right.
it's not going to happen.
in 8 minutes.
The end.
Well, is there any significance between is there religious significance between Father's Day and anything?
Oh, great.
No, well, Father's Day is really a. I don't know if it's a worldwide holiday, but it's not a liturgical holiday.
Okay.
But guess
That
what?
means
I'll
religious.
take it if I can get it.
Well, we think, you know, you're kind
so-
of the ultimate guest. Hey, let's talk about food. We're going to have a great
Yes.
segment here in a minute, and you're doing a children's camp.
We are. We have
Ooh,
an
tell us
amazing
about that.
children's camp going on. It's the first time we've ever done this at St. Mark's for the summer.
And you're at St. Mark's
I'm-
in
in Richmond,
Yeah,
Kentucky.
yeah.
Richmond.
And so each week there's a different type of camp going on. And
Wow.
but what's really interesting is at the end of July there is going to be a cooking camp for kids.
See, I think that's great, especially what are the age groups?
Well, it's anywhere from kindergarten through 5th grade.
Right.
And this camp is called, the one at that is called Kids Kitchen Creations.
Nice.
And
So
early
neat.
registration by the end of June.
Yeah.
But each camp has its own.
Okay, and they can go to your website and
They
find
can,
out. Like,
sure.
tell us that.
Or
Real
they
quick.
can go to www.stmarkcatholicchurch.net. And there's
And they can
information.
sign up.
They can
Tell me
also
some
call.
of the focuses too, like
Yeah.
in the cooking. Do you know yet? I mean, is there a way I can get
Well,
you lots of local produce? from
Hey, we would love
farmers?
that.
That's
That would be excellent.
One thing I think
Oh.
kids lack is the vegetable
knowledge of where
identification.
things
You know,
come
And maybe
That's
we
right.
can get you all to just come out and make a little visit.
We
Oh,
can
man,
try.
we love
Yes,
that
yeah.
idea. We
It-
love
it's
road
fun to
trips.
play.
And little kids too. It's so fun to see them involved.
You're
even
like a little kid. Yeah.
I am like a little kid.
Yeah, you are.
I act
well,
like
I
one
have.
too.
Unfortunately, I'm much older, but I can act even more like a little
Well,
kid.
who's this little kid?
Francis.
Oh, this is St. Francis.
Yes, and-
he's in half because
Yes, what happened?
he had an encounter with a lightning bolt, and his other half is in my garden.
Oh, great.
But I wanted to
Like
see if you could
literally a
heal
lightning
him.
bolt?
Yes, well, behold. Behold. Yes.
So anyway, I thought maybe, you know, since we have a new pope called
Francis, who took the name off of
Yeah.
Francis.
Yeah, and he's not
of
half. He's
no,
like whole.
No, that's right.
Lee.
Well, it's very interesting because when just a little bit of information, when the Pope took the name Francis, because he's a Jesuit, there is a Jesuit Saint Francis. It is Saint
Oh.
Francis of Xavier.
And
And everyone
of
thought that
Assisi.
that's who he was
Oh, yeah,
named
yeah.
after, but no, he named himself after Francis of Assisi, who is a Franciscan, and
didn't
which
know
is
that.
a special attention to the poor
Yes.
and the marginalized and all of that.
Which is kind of interesting as the
Right.
Catholic Church, and they've been doing a lot of writing about
Sure.
him and his bent toward feeding the poor.
Right.
And
That
all
seems
of
to be a
that.
big on its agenda is world
Right.
hunger and ending that kind
Well,
of
that
thing.
actually filtered to all of us.
It will over. Well, I believe first of all, the church has always been attentive to the poor and the sick and the marginalized. I think he is adding an extra attention worldwide to those who may not be part of the church, and once again awaken within us. And I think the whole aspect of food, of
Yeah.
nourishment. You know, you
And
can give
people's
people things to
consciousness of it.
eat,
Yeah.
but you know, you want to give them nourishing
Right.
things
And
that are going to
9
help sustain them.
And we've been involved, of course, with Symposium talking about feeding 9 billion people
Yeah.
in the year 2050. And how
Right.
are you going to do that? And there
Right.
are people who are either underfed or fed the wrong
And
things.
especially nutrition at the early ages.
Yeah.
You know, they've actually studied that when you're a child and you start eating things, it actually affects the way your genetic code works, and
Amazing
we're
stuff
more
going
susceptible to
on.
disease later in life based on the early impressionable things that you eat.
Sure,
And
sure.
I guess that all kind of relates to
Yeah.
making everybody sustainable and healthy.
And talking about religion and food, religious people like to eat, right? I mean, let's just start at
Right.
fundamentals.
Well, you know,
Everybody
I was
likes
about
to
to
eat,
say,
but,
I hope all people love to eat, but do you
Eating
know what's
can be religious
That's
too.
true.
I mean,
Well, it is
okay.
religious.
A religious
It
experience.
is religious. If you think of it, when you come to church, at least within the Catholic Church, there's a table, which is the altar.
Uh-huh.
That's right.
There are the people, which are the participants, the attendees.
Yes.
There are the vessels, which are the plates and
Sure.
the cups. And then we tell stories, which is
Uh-huh.
the homily and the listening of scriptures. And then what do? We come forward to eat, which is
Little-
communion.
The little
All
wafer
right?
things.
Yeah, is communion.
And wine.
That's right. It's the communion.
So it's just a big dinner.
But it's kind of like what I say, don't come into this place and get your food and walk out the door. You wouldn't do that if I came to visit you at your restaurant or food. I'd sit there for a moment and then
and make that part of the living experience. What about, and I remember as a child I knew this, and I'm not Catholic, I'm Southern Baptist or something.
Amen.
I like that. But I'm converting. Anyway, Fish on Friday stuff.
Fish on
Is
Fridays.
that still going on?
Oh,
is
sure
that
it is.
like
Sure
a
it
big
is.
deal?
There are lots of various food types of liturgical symbols and signs and norms, so to speak. Fish on Fridays during Lent. Do you know what? My mother, God bless her, who is 85 years old, soon to be 85, still to this day only has fish on Wednesdays and Fridays. It used to be throughout the year that you would do this on Wednesday and Friday.
Now,
it was a sense of fasting.
Is it only dinner or all day long?
It's all day long.
Okay.
Oh no, it's all day long. And it's a fasting type of thing.
In other religions, I mean, it's so interesting to me sometimes, as much as there's a lot of strife and war among religions for religion, there's still food is such an important thing. You know, Ramadan, all of those things.
How about the Jewish Passover?
Yeah,
I mean,
it's all related to
the Seder meal.
Yeah,
I mean,
the food.
The food is essential.
Yeah.
It really
Hey,
is.
we need to find out something about Father Jim.
What's that?
Where did he get that nice
Oh yeah,
watch?
you know, it's kind of getting close to do the cooking segment. We need to know what time it is, and I want to know where you got that
tell
watch.
us about
This
that.
is my Price is Right watch. I won
Price is
this.
Right?
Yes.
No.
I won this on The Price is Right.
I am so jealous.
Yes,
When
it
was
was.
it on?
Oh, don't ask. It was in July.
Yeah.
Last July. And yes, I got called down to Contestants Row. And
Come on down.
Come on down. I never thought I was with my staff, and I never thought I would get called. And
And
lo
you were
and
in full
behold,
uniform and everything?
Yes, yes, I was in my collar, and Drew Carey.
You won a watch.
I won a
But
watch.
you didn't watch the car. You didn't get the car.
I
right?
did not get the car. I did not get the car, but the boy next to me did. And would lo and behold, his baseball coach happens to be from Richmond, Kentucky,
See, it's
and
all-
my parish.
It was divine.
St. Francis.
It was all divine.
These things all happen for a purpose.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. That's what St. Francis is saying right now as he's right here among us going,
You are a
how did I get
star.
myself in
You
this?
are an amazing guy. We've been here with Father Jim, but that's not all.
No.
We'll have a cooking segment.
That's right. In conjunction with your kids'
Oh,
camp, I want to learn.
wonderful
You know,
camp.
my daughter Eliza, she's at the age 4 years old, where she wants sugar and candy and all those things.
I'm
especially
38 and
summertime.
I want that.
I know.
Sorry. Anyway.
Let's
And
try to divert these.
popsicles.
Right,
So
right.
what we're going to do is I'm going to show everybody how to make a healthy popsicle.
Oh, that's
We're gonna
great.
use
And the kids
fresh
are gonna help
fruits. We're going to use agave nectar to sweeten instead of the normal sugar. In pineapple juice, a little vanilla beans. So we're gonna make those with some
3 little
kids.
kids.
Sounds
and
great.
Yeah, we're gonna
take your job away
we're
from
gonna
you,
we're
buddy.
gonna cut and,
Yeah.
and practice and cook.
Wow.
All right, we'll be right
Sounds
back
great.
after break.
Now, the award-winning dishes enjoyed at Azure Restaurant and Patio can be featured at your next event when you order from Azure Catering. Our services include menu planning with our amazing food, event site location, rental equipment, linens, event staffing, and seeing to every last detail of your wedding, special event, or corporate event. Visit AzureCateringKY.com or call 859-327-7125 to start customizing your menu today.
Why do chefs choose Lyons Farm beef?
When I get things in the kitchen, I can tell like right off the bat. After I get done searing it or put it on the grill or roasting it or baking it or frying it or whatever I'm going to do, the second I cut into that thing, whether it's the resistance on the fork or just the way it kind of slides across the knife, it's got to be right on from the get-go. And it seems like this beef does that every single time.
Lyons Farm beef, available at Critchfield Meats and LyonsFarm.com.
From concessions to festivals, bingo halls to daycare facilities, Seaworth Superstore is Kentucky's largest dealer for all your weekend kitchen or mobile kitchen supply needs. From popcorn to snow cone machines, we have the largest selection of new and used equipment with warranties to help keep your mobile food truck or weekend event going strong. That's Seaworth Superstore for Sales Road, Lexington. That's Seaworth Superstore, putting the Kentucky workforce back to work.
Today's shoppers are informed. When shopping for the family meal, today's shopper chooses Critchfield Meats for fresh, all-natural quality meats, guaranteed. Make the right choice and visit our family before you feed yours. Critchfield Meats, the meat specialist, family owned and operated since 1969. That's a grade A choice, folks.
worldly influenced, locally inspired. Azure Restaurant and Patio, contemporary fine dining in a relaxed atmosphere right here in Lexington. Modern award-winning dishes with a distinctive Kentucky twist from the mind of nationally recognized Chef Jeremy Ashby. Voted best fine dining in Lexington, Azure is chef-created, chef-driven, and Kentucky proud since day one. Taste something unique at Azure Restaurant and Patio, Beaumont Center in Lexington. And see Chef Jeremy Ashby and Sylvia Lovely on the Food News and Chews, Sunday night at 11 on Fox 56.
Hello, my name is Bob. Recently, I switched my business phone service to Telecom. Now I'm saving over 50% on my monthly phone bills, over $2,000 a year. And I have a PBX phone system that would have cost me over $10,000. Unlimited calling to the US and Canada with no long distance charges. If you want to put money back in your wallet, call Telecom today.
Call Telecom at 888-428-0984. 888-428-0984.
Hey, welcome back to Food News and Chews. Oh man, we've got knives, Father
Yes,
Jim.
and we have children
Bless
with
us.
knives.
Pray
All right.
for us.
And a lot of people may
They know what they're doing,
kind
though.
of freak out about this, but I think it's kind of important to show kids the proper way how to use knives.
Yes.
My daughter Eliza here has been practicing at home. I think a young
She's
child
4,
like
right?
Eliza, she's almost 4.
Right.
And we've got this little knife that you can get. It's
Hey,
like
Eliza.
a paring knife. And you notice it don't have very sharp edges. It's just kind of got a serrated one.
Yeah.
And what we're going to do is make a healthy version of a popsicle. These guys
There you
here
go, Eliza.
are going
Why
to cut up
healthy?
some fruits. Why healthy? Because at this age, the kids want sugar. They want
Yeah.
things, and they just don't need it. There's
Yeah.
no reason for extra sugar
Too
in
late
the
for
diet.
us.
But fresh fruit, pineapple juice, a little agave nectar, that's the kind of stuff we want to add to these popsicles
Yeah,
to
look
make
at
it a
all
little
these
more
pretty
healthy.
things.
What is
So,
this? May I just ask real quick?
That's a vanilla bean.
Oh, wow.
So it we're going to add the vanilla flavor to the pineapple juice when we freeze our popsicles. So anyway, proper way to hold a knife, guys, you want to hold it with your right hand if you're right-handed. So this one here.
All right, take your instructions, okay.
And then you guys make sure you use your other hand like this.
Oh.
Can you put your other hand down on the
You
table
want to
like
put your
this?
hand like this.
And tuck your fingers under, okay? Now just for you do the pineapple and just kind of slice it this way by pushing your knife forward. And tuck your fingers back and hold them just like that.
And you tuck your fingers back because you don't want to
You
cut
don't
the
wanna
fingers,
cut them.
right?
Yeah.
That's
Is
right.
that correct?
Yeah.
So same for you. Let's tuck
I've
your fingers
seen-
back
I've
and put it on the fruit, and then do a slice forward,
Try a slice.
and just do nice and easy.
Yeah,
Right?
there
Push
you
down.
go. Good
Now, Eliza,
job.
can you do a strawberry over there?
Another one?
Here you go, Eliza.
Okay,
There you
go to it.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go, nice and easy
Your
and
hand
gentle.
As you go.
That's right. So good supervision is all it takes, but kids are pretty good at this.
Very nice.
Oh, Eliza, you
nice.
did such a
That's
great
excellent.
job.
Excellent.
All
How
right.
did you do that?
So keep doing some.
Practicing.
Well, keep practicing.
Wow, keep doing it. Let me
Now,
see.
can you cut these
Be
in
careful
half?
now. Oh, that is
Okay.
excellent.
Just keep going. Keep
Yes, I
getting there.
see.
Mhm.
Can I try one?
Okay,
Good.
try cutting that
Oh, that's
chunk
very
in
good.
another half.
So
Good. Uh-oh, Jeremy, I think
Okay,
I'm
keep going,
getting
guys.
spray here.
Keep going, guys. Now this one, see how you've got it kind of alone without this?
Mm-hmm.
Put your hand on top of the knife, and then that way you keep your fingers flat and push down.
That seemed
Now
intuitive,
move on to
didn't
this
it?
one.
Jeremy, would you
Now tuck your finger
peel?
back.
Would these be peeled or no?
Now this is a
finger
kumquat. These
Right,
are available
kumquats.
right now. These are
Remember,
like a little
these
baby
like
orange, and you
this.
just
Why
keep the
you keeping
peel
them like
on.
this?
Okay.
Remember, you don't want
Look
the
at the
tips of your
kumquat.
fingers to get cut.
Can you
That's
do a
why you keep
kumquat?
it
Yeah.
like crouched like a
And do
spider.
little slices.
And this is a,
That's a kiwi.
yeah, I knew that. That's right. I love that on my,
All right,
whatever.
very good.
There you go.
All right,
Good.
Jeremy.
do you use kiwi?
So you guys
What do we
are
do next?
rocking and rolling.
Oh, you-
Let's let them go.
Sure
for
you
just a
can.
second.
Watch
Are you
this.
Yeah.
ready?
We're gonna cut some fruit just
I'm
like
going to
this.
learn from Chef
Yeah, maybe
there.
do
Look at that.
Oh, man.
All right. So everybody, once you have your fruit cut up, these guys have a decent amount of prep already in just a couple
Oh,
minutes.
that's a seed.
And this is really all you need. Now, guys, this is pineapple juice.
Okay.
And if you want, you can add honey or maybe some agave nectar, but no,
Can I cut this?
you can cut those in half if you want, but
Wait a
no,
minute.
not two
Ooh.
knives at
Both at the
once.
same time.
Right.
Just these right here.
Very
you do 'em
nice.
and you hold back. So pineapple juice goes
Yes.
into
Very
a little
good.
bowl.
Easy.
Easy
All right,
peasy.
Now the thing you do is you put your knives away when you're done.
That's
because you
right.
don't
And
wanna
then
be-
the
Can I
vanilla
borrow
bean.
your knife? And this is a vanilla bean, guys. Everybody
Wow.
see it?
Yeah.
Eliza, see the vanilla bean? Smell it. You know that
Ooh, I
smell?
want to smell it.
Smells really good. You can cut it in half, long ways, very careful,
Oh yeah, don't try this.
like
at
this.
home.
And then scrape out the seeds. See the black seeds? Like that. We're gonna put that into here.
Oh, look. Oh, yeah.
All
There
right.
are seeds inside. Cool.
Now, we're going to whisk in the vanilla. And now we're pretty much set. Can you guys put one of each type of fruit in here, like one in here, then one in here? And we'll all help. And Eliza,
Keep cutting the strawberries.
you keep cutting the strawberries and get them ready. So do the orange in there too.
Father Jim, you can
Go
use
ahead.
this in your children's
That's
cooking
right.
camp that
This
we
is
talked about on our show.
fantastic. This is fantastic.
Right, and those little knives over there are very, very simple to use.
Sure.
It's really hard to cut yourself. You really have to kind of dig if
Right.
you're gonna really
Yeah.
hurt yourself. So, a little banana in there too.
And they're pretty too.
Mm-hmm.
This is fantastic.
Eliza, have you had the finished product? Have you had it as it's? As
We're
Have
all
you
gonna
had a
try 'em.
popsicle?
No,
No. So,
I haven't had a popsicle all day.
All right. Hey, I guess you need to put some of your strawberries in here.
That's what.
can you put a strawberry in there?
Yes.
And make
Why don't you
sure
put one
every
strawberry in
container
here?
has a strawberry.
There you go. Excellent. Go ahead.
There you
There you go.
How
Perfect.
pretty. Oh, those look like good strawberries. Are they local?
These are local strawberries. The other fruits are not. They don't really grow around here.
Sure.
But those strawberries are right in season right now.
Nothing like
So guys,
enjoying stuff.
take your
Yeah.
pineapple
Yeah.
juice and vanilla, and you guys can go ahead and pour the juice in there until it's almost full. All right? And we'll go ahead and add the rest of this.
Yeah,
That
there
way
you
you
go.
fill those up.
And maybe take turns.
Yeah, take turns.
You do that one.
Now you boys do what I
That's
do.
exactly how we learned to
That's how
do.
you learn to do it.
That's right. Okay, you just try to fill the last two.
Pour it out of the way.
Don't pour
No,
it
no,
all the
no,
way,
no, no.
just a
You
little
want
bit, little bit at
so
a
we
time.
don't waste.
Yeah. Just pour. There you go.
There you go.
And divide that up between the last.
Okay,
two.
nice.
And
and
put a little
slow.
in here.
Right.
Perfect. And then put some more on the other side.
Right.
Yeah, maybe that one needs a little bit of
Here's
juice.
some.
Very nice.
That's a good job.
I cut all the strawberries.
And then
And then
some
the
in
rest of
here.
it.
Good job, Eliza.
Yeah, she's
So
going to
perfect.
town.
Your little
All right,
things
very
go on the
good.
top and then into the freezer.
Just like that.
Right, and we'll go get the finished product for these
Put one
guys.
of these on. You want one to
What
put
do you
one
mean
in?
for them?
Yay, so good.
You want to put one in?
Oh,
Here,
let,
put
Here,
the
let
last
Eliza
let
do.
Eliza put the last one
Okay, guys, after they come out of the freezer,
Yeah.
frozen, just remove your popsicles.
Wow.
in. How
See that?
pretty.
Well,
Look.
Thank you.
There you go.
Eliza, would you like a popsicle? Here you go, sweetie.
Did everybody get one?
All right.
All right, here's 2 popsicles and food news and chews with Father Jim and a great bunch of children.
Cheers.
Eliza and my team, and I'm gone blank.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. We'll see you next week.